Here's where I live, the bargain bin. So just look at this hairpiece, it's pretty amazing. Absolutely like awe-inspiring. That thing was sick, it was a great find. I'm going to America for the first time. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Shadow Realm and welcome back to the last video in the Japan hunting vlog series. I hope you guys are excited because I'm super excited. Honestly, it's been so long since the trip that rewatching back these clips, it's like I'm reliving them again for the first time. So really fun for me to do these videos. But let's get into it. If you've been following along, we started the trip off in Osaka, we went down south to Kobe, and now we're going all the way north up to Nagoya. But a long trip across Japan means we have another opportunity to check out some more book offs. So that's what we're gonna do. So here's a book off we found before we got to Nagoya. Really nice. Here's some of the Pokemon card game classic collections, those big boxes. And then here we have those Egyptian god acrylics they released, kind of with the new artworks. 330 bucks there. I'm not the biggest fan of those. And then in this book off, we had a little bit of like higher end, little bit of cool cards here. So there's that Dino kind of prize card reprint thing. We've got some 25th anniversaries, 20th anniversaries there. More 20th anniversary. We've got a Max C there, Red Eyes old art. Pretty nice stuff here, not bad, not bad. We've got a Ultimate Drag from a premium pack. 20th anniversary Dark Magician Girls, 20% off. So they came down to what, 220, low $200? Like, okay, not bad, not bad. Down the bottom, we had some sealed YuGiOh stuff. So here's the Evil Twin mats from last year's YCS, I think. They were selling those. Another sealed mat here. And then in the back here, they had the 20th set. Pretty cheap. This thing was cheap, $90. And it looks like everything was there. So it's got the stainless steel Dark Magician reprint. All of the cards. It looks complete to me. So 90 bucks for a complete 20th anniversary set. Not bad. And then speaking of the 20th anniversary sets, like what, I don't know what happened here. Look at this, there was like 10 of these empty cases. I don't know what is going on here, who did this, but if you wanted one of these cases, hey, this book off had it. And so here we go, here's their YuGiOh display. We've got an Ulti Summon Skull, pretty cheap. It was kind of beat up, that's why it was cheap. And then here was the 7-Eleven promos from this year. So the ones from last year, I thought they were okay, but I think this year's ones, they knocked it out of the park. So I was excited to see those because I was looking to pick up this set. So those are really cool to see. The rest of they have, so these yellow tags, I think, so yellow tags kind of confuse me. A lot of the time it means that the cards are damaged, but sometimes it means they're just on discount because those 7-Eleven promos had yellow tags and they were like still sealed. So there's no way they were damaged, right? I'm not sure. Someone that's more familiar, let me know. Here's a Ghost Rare Raigeki, a little Raigeki series there. Moving on, we've got some more old school. We've got some Exodia Limbs Premium Pack reprint, not bad. We've got some Dark Magician, the Dark Magician set here. So this book off had it clumped by like card name. So Dark Magician Exodia pieces, the Blue Eyes set, and then here was their Dark Magician Girl. So they had a pretty decent range, nothing too crazy. Got some Ghost Rare Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. And then this token here, this Taya Dark Magician Girl token, the price variance on this thing was crazy. So here they had it for like 20 bucks. Another store I saw, they were trying to sell that token for like 100 bucks. So I don't know what was happening. But that was pretty much the YuGiOh cases. The rest of this was Pokemon, Duel Masters. They had some One Piece. And then here's the bargain bin. All right, here's where I live, the bargain bin. We've got some bargain mats here. So some random mats, they were about, how much were these? I think they were $1. They were like $1 to, the max was like $5. So these were like $1, $2, $3 each for these mats. And then these were like some, they're not exactly blind. I think if you knew what you're looking for, you knew what these were, but you got this tiny little hole to tell what mat it is. This thing was literally $1.50. This is like, this thing says quarter century on it. So some kind of quarter century mat for $25. And then here is an Azure Lane art book. So I'm a big Azure Lane fan. This is not Yu-Gi-Oh, but I found this in the bargain box. So this is the 3rd anniversary illustration collection. 4th anniversary, sorry, really cool. Moving on to figures, we have Yugi figures. So this was the cool Yugi figure we saw in the previous video. This one combines with the Dark Magician Girl one on the right there, and they make one bigger figure. Kind of cool, $14. There was a lot of these, so there was no shortage of these definitely. I don't think these were even used. I think these were still sealed. Toon Summon Skull there. Here's that big Slifer figure again. There's another one. I figured out these are the Ichiban Kuji last prizes, so I'll explain that later, but here's some Kaiba figures inside the glass cabinet. So $75, I'm not sure if these were more special, but it's kind of modular. You could change out his arms and stuff. And then of course, the digging begins. You know, I dug through every single one of these boxes when we're at book offs. I looked through everything. So that was it for that book off. Sometimes you're not going to find too much stuff. So that one, for instance, I didn't really pick up that much. I think I did pick up some of the 7-Eleven promos, but let's move on because now we are finally in Nagoya. So we arrived in the late afternoon and it was raining in typical Japan fashion. It was hot and it was raining, so the humidity was just killer. I was sweating like crazy. So in contrast to Kobe, where we were last video, where there wasn't really a big reputation for cards, Nagoya on the other hand has a big reputation for having killer card stores, killer Yu-Gi-Oh stores. So the expectations are pretty high here. Now if you're gonna go card hunting in Nagoya, the card stores are kind of split up into two little clumps. So the clump on the left here, I'm gonna call the JR clump because that clump is closer to the JR station. And the clump on the right here, where there are a lot more stores, I'm gonna call the Osu district clump because these stores are all located in the Osu shopping district. So if you only had limited time in Nagoya, I would recommend just to go to the Osu district clump. There's a lot more stores there. You're gonna see a lot more stuff. But it is worth checking out the JR clump if you are there because there was still some really nice stuff there too. So luckily enough for us, well not luckily, well my wife planned this, but our hotel was right next to the JR clump of stores. So starting off in the JR clump, we have the famous or the infamous Card Shop 193. If you know Card Shop 193 in Akihabara, in Osaka, 193 always has heat. And in Nagoya, there are 3 Card Shop 193s. There's 3 separate stores. So this first one here is Yu-Gi-Oh centric. So there's a Yu-Gi-Oh mural in the front. But here was a common theme in Nagoya. And I'm not sure if it was because of Nagoya or just these specific card shops, but there was no recording allowed in this store. And you'll see further in the video, there are a lot more stores that just didn't let me record. A lot more than the other places I've been to, but there were some really cool stores that still let me record, so we can continue with that. But yeah, this Card Shop 193 didn't let me record. They did have some cool Yu-Gi-Oh stuff inside, nothing too crazy, but they had some pretty cool old school stuff. I remember they had a starter box, an original premium pack. Of course, they had a lot of the modern set, World Premiere Pack 2024. They had those, which is really cool. But yeah, we can head across the street now to the second Card Shop 193. And from kind of the mural on the wall, you can tell that this Card Shop 193 was kind of Weiss Schwarz centric and like those alternate card games. So like Rebirth for You, those sorts of card games. So I'm a Weiss Schwarz fan, so I did check this place out. It was pretty cool, but the same deal as the other store, no recording in here. Nothing too crazy, but you know, worth checking out if you're into Weiss Schwarz and those other Japanese card games. So continuing on in this JR clump of stores, it's nighttime now. There was a really cool hobby station here, and there was a pretty good, I think it's called Card Game Champion store, which they had really nice stuff there. But the final store we have in this little clump of JR stores is the C Labo in Nagoya JR station. So this store was sick. Look at these kind of art display in the front. Huge art displays of the protagonists, C Labo. And I think this store, according to the signs in the front, it just opened in October. So it had been open for like less than a couple weeks. And right in the front, in the glass display case, was this giant Yugi hair artwork thing. Like, look at this thing, it's crazy. So we'll go through it. They had the stainless steel 20th anniversary blue eyes. And then look at this Yugi hairpiece thing. So according to the thing on the right, this was from the display contest 2019, and it won first place. So just look at this hairpiece. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty awesome. Very, very impressive to see that. So down here, they had the same tokens that was in that Wonder Lizard that was in Osaka, I think. So I guess this was a get campaign. On the right, we had some of the complete files. So a bit further down, there was these deck boxes, and peep the playmat, that Dark Magician Girl Magic Cylinder playmat. That thing is awesome. Ash Blossom playmat, and this is the 2023 set. I have a love for this set. I've said it before, the YCS 2023 set. It's such a great set, and it's so cheap. So along the top of this store here, we had some Yugi prints. Pretty cool. And then a display for the latest booster, Supreme Darkness. So this had just come out at the end of October. And so this was their display cases. Now, as I mentioned when we came here, this store had just opened. So I'm not gonna judge them too harshly because I'm gonna say like 60% of the display cases were still empty. But here we got some nice ultis, SM51, LN53. We've got Summon Skull, Gemini Elf, some Ghosts, some quarter centuries, but this was kind of it. Again, I'm not going to judge them too harshly. So if you're in Nagoya near the JR station, definitely check this store out. And here's the sign. I think this store did just open like a couple weeks ago, but this was the C Labo in Nagoya near the JR station. Let's get one more look at the kind of art banners in the front. So cool to see. I love Yu-Gi-Oh centric stores. So that was the JR clump of stores. Moving on now to the Osu district. So the second clump It's down to the bottom right here near the Osu district. This is the main kind of shopping district in Nagoya, and big expectations here. So it's gonna be like one of these situations, like these walking shopping streets. Really easy to explore, really easy to find your way around in these streets. So the deeper we explored here, I could hear like loud music, and we just followed the noise, you know, followed it closer. And then the closer we got, found out it is like one of these idol girl groups. Like I'd never seen this in real life. Like I'd seen it like portrayed in animes and stuff before. I'd never seen an idol girl group in real life. Everyone was singing, everyone was cheering in sync. So these girls must have been some kind of popular, I had no idea, but they kind of shut down that whole section of the shopping district just for this performance. So just past the idol girl group was moving on, we have the third Card Shop 193. And then look at this huge Yu-Gi-Oh display mural art thing in the front. Just so cool, but exactly like the other two Card Shop 193s, no filming allowed, unfortunately. But this Card Shop 193, guys, trust me, this Card Shop 193 had crazy heat. The card selection was really good. A lot of new stuff, a lot of old school stuff, a lot of high value stuff, and it was 2 floors. You could find a lot there. In particular, if I remember correctly, their playmat selection was crazy. The playmats were right at the front here, just literally in those 2 display cabinets, and they had some very expensive playmats. So this Card Shop 193 in the Osu district, definitely worth checking out if you're in Nagoya. Highly recommend that one. But continuing on here to this deeper street, and this street had a lot of castles on there. If you just put it into Google, you'll find all the castles. They're all really close to each other. And here, this particular store, Wonderliz. So there are 2 Wonderliz locations in Nagoya, and they are both definitely worth checking out because these places have some crazy stuff. As part of my YuGiOh Nagoya research, I was watching a lot of Bilingual Duelist and Strictly Sealed. They've both made videos covering the stores in Nagoya, and Strictly Sealed in particular did a really great job of the Wonderliz stores in Nagoya. So if you're looking for a more in-depth and knowledgeable explanation of what's in this store, check out Strictly Sealed's channel because he was here like couple months ago, so they had a lot of the same stuff. So right off the bat, they had this crazy rare playmat from WCS 2012. That's right, you can see properly, that's $13,000 Australian. Here was the Unity set PSA 10, $5,000. Decent, pretty market price, honestly. And here was the Duel Monsters 5 Game Boy Advance game. It's sealed, I'm assuming $360. Pretty decent price, honestly. And then let's not ignore the revival of Black Demon's Dragon booster box right to the left of that. There's a Holacti, and then here's the problem with this stuff. Like, I myself became filthy casual. This stuff is so rare, I don't even know what I'm looking at. So again, if you guys want a better explanation of like what this stuff is, definitely check out the video Strictly Sealed did. He's so much more knowledgeable and he does a way better job of explaining what all this stuff is. But still, for a casual, it's so cool to see this stuff and just you can just be in awe of the crazy prices for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So moving on, we've got a PSA Sword Mistress, PSA Doriaru, got PSA 10,000 Dragons in the back there, Cybernetic Revolution booster packs. On the left here, we've got some earlier cards. We've got sealed boosters, earlier sealed boosters, volume stuff, premium packs. We've got Series 3 stuff here, older Japanese OCG stuff. And then of course, more of my favorite cards, the DDM Dark Magician Girl promos. So these, when you see them for $80, you can expect that they're light played, near mint, not really gem mint. And then across the store, we've got their quarter century and 20th century stuff. Big selection, just really nice. And the staff in Wonderliz, super cool, because like, they let me film a full video in here. They had zero problem with it. They were just like, yeah, go for it. So we've got some figures in the top. Here they had their kind of lottery. So this is their mystery packs, $100 per pack, but you got potential for the Unity Dark Magician Girl. And so moving on to a store called Top Card now, card game shop. I only saw and heard about this store from Strictly Sealed's Nagoya video as well, because what he showed there was absolutely incredible. And you're gonna see it here right now. The display case they have set up here is absolutely like awe-inspiring. Like, look at this thing. And so kicking it off here, we have this Korean uncut sheet. So I think they did this for the 15th anniversary. I think it's limited to 10,000, and it's just the Yugi classics here. Slifer, Dark Magician Girl, Karibo, Exodia. Just so cool. What a cool product, uncut sheet. I've never seen this before, so it's really impressive. 4,500 Australian dollars for the thing. Here was the 20th Secret Kanon Sword Mistress. Pretty cool. Here's another Halakti. Really crazy to see this here. Price was about 4.8k AUD. Yep, pretty insane. Here is a PSA 9 Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth. This is the Japanese DDS promo. That's a prismatic secret from the Game Boy game the Japanese got. First edition LOB Blue Eyes here, $5,000. Not bad in acrylic. And then down the bottom is just crazy. Look at all these. All ultimate rares, all PSA. A lot of 10s, some 9s. SM51 for days. Ultimate rare Red Eyes Black Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon, ultimate rare, PSA 10s, PSA 9s. Got GBI God promos here. In the back, we've got more ultis. Guy the Fierce Knight. There was Jinzo in the back. Blackluster Soldier. All ultimate rares. PSA 10, PSA 9, Summon Skull. What are we doing? Like, what is happening here? All ultis. Craziness. And then if that was enough, we got raw ultis, Dark Magician, LN53, more Summon Skull. But yeah, the whole display wall was super impressive. I haven't really seen something like that before in a card shop in Japan. As soon as I saw it in Strictly Sealed's video, I knew I had to come and visit this place and check it out for myself. The staff in Top Card was super chill as well. Like, they let me film, zero problems. Apart from this whole display there wasn't really much other Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, but definitely worth coming to just to see this display wall, because yeah, like I said, super impressive. Moving on now, we got another book off to visit. So we've got some Dark Magician Girl figures, Blue Eyes and Red Eyes. There were a lot of those two Blue Eyes, Red Eyes figures. I don't know where they get these from, but there was a bunch of them. Here is a Flame Wingman figure in the glass cabinet, 30 bucks. And here's that Dark Magician Girl figure outside of the box on display now. So cheap for what it is. I really like the details in this. I love like the love hearts. It was only 20 bucks. So this book off did have some cards as well. So here is the 25th anniversary Gaia. This was like a prize card for the local tournaments. Here is the Prismatic God Box Slifer they had, some Cyber Dragons, more Prismatic God Box, Rainbow Dragon Ghost Rare, pretty nice to see. That was the 20th anniversary there too. Ghost Rare Dark Magician Girl. A little bit expensive, but depending on the condition, it could be all right. And then here was the 2023 World Championship envelope. I really like this envelope. Decently priced, quarter century rare Dark Magician Girl. How can you say no? $660. And then here we go with the merch hunting. We've got Evil Twin 25th anniversary acrylic. We've got, I think that's Dragon Ball Z. We've got Shikishi's Winged Dragon of Ra. GX acrylic, Alexis, Jaden. Pretty cool there. The amount of acrylics, like I said in Japan, just crazy. Another Winged Dragon of Ra Shikishi, $5 for this thing. We've got Obelisk. Obelisk is only $4. So they're valuing Winged Dragon of Ra over the Obelisk. And here we have got more these 25th anniversary acrylics. We got Master of Chaos, $6 for this thing. Cool to see, but yeah, I'm not really a big acrylics guy. Just there's no space to display them. Here in the glass case, we have a Marek acrylic, $30. This must be a little bit more special for some reason. Pretty cool. And then here's a really cool Red Eyes figure. I think that's the one that was in the box I showed before. Pretty cheap too. And then here's a Magikarp figure that really impressed me for some reason. You know, it's really simple. It was only $33, but like, the details are really impressive to me, so that was a cool Magikarp figure. And then of course, what is book off hunting if you don't look for some books? And I found some Yu-Gi-Oh books, the Valuable Book and the Master Collection magazines. I was getting really good at finding these towards the end of the trip, so I found a lot here. There were some duplicates I left on the shelf here as well, and they were so cheap. Some of the best value Yu-Gi-Oh stuff you could ever get from Japan are these valuable books. I found a bunch of these and I bought a bunch of these. So get subscribed and get ready for the haul video because I'm gonna go through all of that and I'll show you guys everything that I bought. So back to card stores in Nagoya. So this store was called Next Pro. I'd never heard of this store really, so I wasn't sure what to expect, but inside they had some crazy stuff. So look at this whole display. Awesome figures, Kaiba, Yugi, Millennium Puzzle. We got Shikishi, Summon Skull, Blackluster Soldier. We've got Tokyo Dome, Dark Magician, Blue Eyes White Dragon. If you guys pause the video, you're gonna see a lot of cool stuff. Now, I'm scanning through this stuff really quick and filming because like a lot of the stores in Nagoya, they didn't let me film, but this stuff was just so cool. I had to get some footage and show you guys. So I was trying to film really quickly in incognito so the guy wouldn't yell at me, but I needed to show you guys this stuff. Look at these mats, premium pack reprints. And now their sleeve selection was crazy. Now, someone explain to me why these are so expensive. I understand it's World Championship 2018, but what is going on? This pack of sleeves is $800. Someone explain what's going on there, but the playmats, of course, they had a lot of the championship and prize playmats. Again, if you guys pause this video, you're gonna see a lot of stuff that I don't even know what's going on. More sleeves here, more selection. And then boom, again, like another of these 2018 championship playmats, $800. What is happening there? This is the Thai Festival 2023 playmat. $600 for this thing. Pretty cool. We got sealed playmats here, sealed boxed playmats. Down the bottom, we got more playmats. The selection was absolutely crazy. Again, trying to show this quickly so the guy wouldn't yell at me. And then opposite all this was where they had their card displays. So getting into their cards, a lot of Japanese ultis, GX era ultis organized by set here. Really cool, really nice selection as well. So you see we've got TLM, SOD, Cybernetic Revolution. All of these, all ultis, all really cool. And then on the left here was more ultis, but Asian English ultis. Look at these things, pretty cool, pretty decent selection, really nice. All this on this middle section was Asian English, and so the left here was more just miscellaneous stuff. But yeah, that's all I could film in Next Pro. Definitely worth going to this place because they had a lot more than what I showed and the stuff in there was just very cool. So moving on, this is the hobby station in the Osu district. They had some pretty decent stuff in here. So Some nice quarter centuries. Here is a movie Dark Magician Girl art quarter century. Decent price on that one. Down the bottom here, we've got some earlier ultis. So this is not really common in a hobby station. On the right here, we've got the vanilla Blackluster Soldier. Decent price there as well. And then here we've got Ghost for days, Dark Magician, Red Eyes, Blue Eyes. There's Tokyo Dome Blue Eyes. And then here is the 20th. This is like the joke Exodia card that came in the monster art box that I showed in that store in Kobe. In the Dragstar Kobe, that's the promo card that comes with that whole art set. There's the Nagoya 2020 mat. I love this set. And right next to it is a Dark Magic Burst, Dark Magic Attack set. And then so moving on in this area was a Lushing Bun. So I mentioned it in the Kobe video, I think, but Lushing Bun is like a secondhand anime goods store. They had a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff here. So there's like really cool Red Eyes figure, really cool Winged Dragon of Ra figure. Here are two of the best Dark Magician Girl figures. The one with the hearts, like I said before, and the one where she's riding the rod. And I regret not buying these at the time, but we were running out of luggage space. More GX figures. Here's an enemy controller figure. This thing is so cool. Enemy controller, up, down, left, right, AB. So cool. Kaiba collection. Really cool figure, this one. To the left, we've got some chibi figures. More of those Dark Magician Girl figures. Blue Eyes, Red Eyes. And up the top here, I hadn't seen these as much. They had the Charmer figures. So these were statues slash figures. Really high quality of all of the Charmers. Really cool, and they had all of them here, the whole set. And then here was one of the coolest pieces of merch. If you followed my YouTube community tab, you would have seen I posted about this thing. But this is a wearable Millennium Puzzle. As you can see, you can charge it. But why can you charge it? It's because this thing is a personal fan. So on those hot days, you can wear this thing, turn it on, and it blows cool air right up to you, and it's a Millennium Puzzle. This thing was only $17. Such a good buy, but I didn't buy it. And then check this thing out, guys. I found this in the glass cabinet. The Monster Art Box 20th anniversary. This was the set that I saw in Dragonstar Kobe. They had it here. Look at the price. $100. Now there is a promo card that comes with this box that was missing from this set. So usually these things go for around $250 to $300 complete. But that's why this one was so cheap, was only $100. You just know I bought this thing already. So I definitely picked that thing up. Wait for the whole video to have a look at it, but that thing was sick. It was a great find. So right next to this Lushing Bun was a Mandarake. So decent Mandarake. I just can't get over the price of the 25th anniversary Kaiba sets. Look at this, $260. Man, I paid like $440 on mine just a year ago. So the price on those have dropped dramatically. Here we've got Blue Eyes, we've got Jump DVD at the top. Some older stuff here. In my experience, Mandarakes weren't great for cards and stuff like this, but this Mandarake in particular in the Osu area had a lot of really nice stuff, a lot of decent stuff. So they had a lot of sealed boosters, a lot of sealed promos, as you can see here. Down the bottom, we had a lot of mats, sealed structure decks, old school booster boxes. Yeah, just the selection was really good. And there's another Kaiba set. This one, $240. Just crazy, like the price is insane. And then here is the original Yu-Gi-Oh soundtrack. This thing was still sealed, I think, $150 for the original OCG soundtrack. Pretty sick. And then rounding it out here, of course, we have to visit Card Shop B. So Card Shop B in Osaka, Card Shop B in Akibara. Really, really awesome stores, some of the greatest stores. So we need to check out Card Shop B in Nagoya. And so straight away in Card Shop B, you're kind of drawn towards this case where they've got these signed boards from a visit they had in 2020 from this individual. And this is, I thought that was a G3 Dark Magician Girl, but it's signed by him. This is an SM51 Blue Eyes signed by him. It's a little beat up, but I was like, who is this person? Is signing SM51, signing what I thought was a G3. This guy I thought was like Kazuki Takahashi's grandson or something, but I looked him up. Apparently he's a very big Japanese YouTuber. And just like, they must have been very proud to have him visit their store. So they have that on display still from 2020. This man's going around signing SM51s. He's crazy. But the rest of the display here, Card Shop B Nagoya had a really, really nice selection. Huge selection of just everything, a really nice variety. They had modern, old school Japanese. Here's Volume 1, Volume 2 reprints as well. Here's the Skull Rider. I love this card, Volume 1. That's the only printing of that card ever. They have never reprinted that card. More old school stuff. Down the bottom, we've got Bandai cards here. Now, the most expensive card I bought on the entire trip was from this Card Shop B. So get subscribed and get ready for that haul video because it is coming soon. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's all I have for you from Nagoya. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite thing was in the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this video maybe helps if you guys go to Nagoya one day yourself to go Yu-Gi-Oh hunting. Up next will be the haul video, but it may be a couple of weeks until I can get that one out because next week I'm traveling to the US. I'm going to America for the first time. I'm actually going for work, but I'm definitely going to try to find some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff while I'm there. So if you guys have any recommendations of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff to do around Dallas and Indianapolis, that's where I'm going to be. Let me know in the comments. Anything that I can find and do Yu-Gi-Oh wise on the off time while I'm there, I'm definitely gonna do it. Right now, all I have in my head is to visit some Walmarts and buy some Yu-Gi-Oh cards at Walmart. Like the video if you liked it, consider subscribing for some upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh content which is coming soon, and I'll see you guys in the next one.